The outer wheelhouse was hanging over the edge of the quarter panel, so I cut that off. The other side's fine. This side was hanging. I know the tires were super close on this, so give that a little more clearance. Or I wheeled the bottom of that front bumper filler valance thing, painted the back of it, sanded down the top. I got to strip this new rear valance. Get it ready for epoxy. The body's ready to mask. So the humidity is very high in here, as you can tell by all the windows and stuff, but it was like that. And I got out here. It hasn't been like that in a while. I know these heaters cause humidity also, but I turned it on to try to get some heat in here. And the whole top of this roof was just, it had almost like dew on it. Wet. Not really good for bare metal. The sides are fine. It was just the top. I need to get some epoxy on this thing before I have to sand the whole thing again. After I get it masked, I'll probably run over it and sand it real quick one last time, and then epoxy right away. I don't know why I thought doing this going into winter would be a good idea, but it's here now. I just got to get it sealed up. Yeah, I mean, even when it's raining out here, it never gets that humid in this garage. It's not so bad that the windows are all wet and everything, and yeah, pretty crazy. So not good. And yes, if I wasn't so dumb, I would have gotten a dehumidifier and had it running in here the whole time this was bare metal. But I'm not that smart, so I'll probably get one now. Probably a good idea. Alright, good talk. That stripped. Ran out of propane, but the humidity was starting to come down. Windows even started defrosting, or defogging, or de-dewing. De-dew. Yeah, anyway, I guess all this stuff now is to start masking. Oh, wait, hold on. I forgot about the headlight bezels. And of course, they look like they've been buried in the desert for 30 years, so we get to clean that up. So that's awesome. There's that bracket I was talking about that the other one doesn't have. she is, finally in epoxy. Yeah, it looks pretty good. The worst area is right here, which I knew it was full of Bondo when I stripped it. I pulled it out, but there's like, yeah, there's this main body line on the top. It's dipped in still a little bit, but then there's this one that kind of curves in and stops right about here, and then the quarter panel also is out and it curves in and it stops right about here. That's probably going to be the most difficult part of body work on this body. Other than the hood, that's going to be the other one. The rest is just, you know, minor stuff. It's all gonna, I'll block this epoxy, but it's gonna, the whole thing's gonna be skim coated because that's just what you have to do to get them straight. Because these cars weren't straight when they were new, and replacement panels aren't straight, NOS panels aren't straight. These cars were never meant to be straight. So that's why you see cars that are covered in Bondo and blocked down, because that's what you have to do. You could prime it and block it and 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 say, hey, I didn't use any Bondo on my car. But all that primer shrinks. Bondo and polyester primers don't shrink, so that's why you do it with filler and not primer. I should have primed the hinges so I could bolt the doors on, but I taped them up inside the car. So I need to get those out and epoxy the hinges and these pieces here, and everything will be in epoxy. So maybe I'll do that tomorrow or Tuesday, and then we can either bolt it together and start doing body work, or I contemplated doing the filler work on the firewall first and then putting it together, or do this last after I take it apart after the body work's done. But the problem is it's going to stay together until the poly is sprayed and blocked. So then all the body work and poly would be done. I'd be taking it apart, and then I'd still have to filler work to the firewall. So it might make more sense to do that now before I put the panels back on the car. Just, you know, none of that matters to you. I'm just talking. So, anyway. It took me basically all weekend to get this done, because every time you think you're ready, you find something. And you find something here, and then what about this here? And then even after I masked it, I found little spots to wire wheel and sand, and it never ends. But at some point you just gotta call it good and continue on. Otherwise, these projects will take you forever and never get done. And bonus item, I primed over the windshield wiper posts, so those are all restored. Yeah.
We're gonna go for a quick drive down the block. By drive, I mean it's getting towed. Do we have any brakes on this thing?
No, there's no brakes. There's brakes.
Well, I did.
I'm gonna do with my block now.
I don't know, you brought it over this way.
Alright, you're driving.
I'm driving?
Yeah, I gotta stop it so you don't run
Oh,
into
okay,
anything.
okay.
We need to just keep it that way.
What? We're just going up to the top of the road, just like you're driving out of the driveway.
Well, I know, but I just didn't know I needed to turn it yet, or just
No?
You know?
Well, you'll see what it's doing when you start rolling. How's it handle?
Pretty good so far. Kind of hard to steer it here. Oh, you want to come for a ride?
No, I'm good. You're not making engine sounds.
I don't know what it's supposed to sound like.
See, I can cut the toe strap out of the video, so it just looks like it's going. Yeah, turn your lights on.
I don't have a light switch.
It's awfully quiet.
Yeah, no. It's the exhaust. Got really good mufflers. Driving in real life.
Why?
I mean, I'm driving right now.
Oh boy, he's really going. No, you can turn more. Oh, I didn't know we were towing it downhill. So far so good. As long as I don't run my ankle over. How is it? Everything you thought it would be?
Yeah.
It's okay, you're going uphill again. Well, sir, I appreciate you taking on this project. Go ahead and just let us know when it's all done.
Right. Let us know when we come over and film the first fire.
Right.